what's your name and why have you come to Brixton Splash?
My name's Barbara Hoyt and I didn't know the Brixton Splash was on, so serendipity.
That's great. And do you live in Lambeth?
Yes.
Great. Where in Lambeth do you feel safe?
Nowhere.
Nowhere at all?
Not really, no.
Don't feel safe?
Maybe in the day I feel safe. Because in the day?
In the day?
But at night, not really, no.
At night you don't feel safe?
No, I take a chance at night, I feel every time, but I don't feel safe. The problem I have is that I watch the news too much. I consume too much media. So it means that I'm slightly paranoid about crime, and I feel it's everywhere. But at the same time, I know the media manipulates the news, and they only focus on what's bad. So, you know, it's not as bad as they make out, I don't think, but we do have issues in society. So
you don't feel so safe at night?
No.
Are there any particular places where you wouldn't go at night?
I wouldn't go on Harbour Lane at night.
Yeah.
I generally try and stay to areas that I know. I mean, I would try not to be in Brixton too late at night.
Yeah.
Anywhere really late at night. I think as a woman, you know, at night you're not sure. So, and I can't fight a man. So, and I don't do martial arts yet, but I'd like to learn Taekwondo. Well, so, you know, as a woman, I have to think about my safety. So yeah.
And what would make it different? What would make you feel safer? You mentioned your martial arts. If you did some training in
that martial arts isn't actually for that, because I don't believe in violence, or I probably wouldn't even use it.
What would make a difference to you? What would make you feel safer at night, so that you did have a bit more?
Just think about that. That's a tough question, because that's probably the $1 million question you're all trying to find. Because you know, I'm 40 and you've been trying to solve this problem. I remember the first rights. I remember the second rights. So let me just think. What would I do?
Well, what could the police or the council do? What could we do together to make it a bit better? What would help?
I don't see why we have to change the clocks. Never really did understand that. In winter, don't know why we do that really. So, what would you do to make it feel safer? I think too much police can make us feel like we're in a police state, so you've got to be careful there. Too little police, and then you don't feel there's enough. So it's really hard.
Still an open question for you then?
Yeah, it's a very difficult way to solve. I think for me, you have to get to the root cause of the problem. You have to deal with educating people in schools so that they don't turn violent. You have to educate their parents so that they don't pick up bad habits from their parents. There's so many. It's like the $1 million question.
Okay.
So it's very hard for me to answer that.
If you're thinking about the things that we've been talking about, what is the best way, do you think, for yourself to have your say about these things? Would it be like coming to a public meeting?
I love question time.
Question time on the telly?
Question time. Yeah. I love it. It's just, I love it. I love question time.
So like, if we had a local kind of panel thing.
If it was a local question time, you'd get a huge amount of feedback from people, you know? You'd get a huge amount.
Online, anything, sort of Facebook, that sort of thing? Not really?
Facebook is a gimmicky thing, you know. I mean, I know it's the be-all and end-all, and, you know, I think just speak to people in a real image, and you can over-technologise things as well. I know that's not a word, but
a public meeting.
I think a local question time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks ever so much.
You're welcome.
Really appreciate it. Have a good time.